So this
Right.
way, the pace of news reportage and opinion making has accelerated rapidly with the advent of new technologies in mass media.
A very warm welcome to this edition of the KAJ Masterclass. For most related to media and communication and business and economy, TK Arun sir does not need any introduction. He is an institution in himself and a reservoir of information and has seen history in the making, especially with regards to happenings on the business side in the country. He has been the top man at the country's most sought pink newspaper. His opinion pieces are looked up to, and his opinion matters. People mostly are accustomed to reading him and sometimes see him in rare seminars and workshops. Today, we have got TK Arun sir with us in person, speaking and sharing his views on the fast changing content and media landscape. A very warm welcome to the KJ Masterclass series, sir. We are privileged to have you today on the show and to get this chance to learn from you.
Happy to be with you, Ajay.
Thank you very much, sir. Nice to see you here and hope to get you again and again. It's a privilege to have you here. So, sir, the first question I'll just ask you from the room that you have been sitting in the topmost media group, you have watched the country changing. You have watched the media landscape changing. You have been part of the media for the last several years and have seen it all from very close. How are you seeing the change in content happening right now?
So, when I joined the journalistic world, television had just started 24/7 broadcast. It was still in its early stages. The Gulf War started. Then you had satellite TV coming to this country. It became popular. Even then, it was not 24/7 news channels from India were still not popular. Then those channels came. Then print media felt compelled to react to what was coming on TV. So things became more immediate. If you remember in the past, news would appear in the newspaper, then opinion makers and editorial writers would comment on the news that has appeared in the paper and that would appear the next day. So the news happens
Right,
on day one, it is reported in the newspaper on day two, and the comment appears on it on day three.
right,
Now this has changed completely. The change began with television because by the time people read the morning newspaper, they are already seen the information on TV. So getting bare bones information on reportage has already happened. So for them to be further interested in the news in the paper, you need to give context, you need to give background, and ideally opinion. So
right,
the pace of developing and formulating opinion accelerated with the advent of television, and that
right,
pace picked up even further with the advent of the internet and later social media. Now,
right,
with social media, what has happened is that news reporting has changed. It is not just the newsmakers' own voices which now papers report. They report the main characters, plus they also try to incorporate the voices of some very important personalities outside the main developments that are being reported, whose opinion matters to readers. So you will find the social media comments of certain individuals also being reported along with the story. And you will find that content developers, opinion makers, they also tweet their opinions, sometimes
right,
in real time. Yeah. So this
right.
way, the pace of news reportage and opinion making has accelerated rapidly with the advent of new technologies in mass media. This is what has happened.
So where does it all seem to be going now? Means is the traditional media being challenged or it's going through a change? Means I see a lot of new mediums coming up in terms of self-publishing platforms. So how do you see it all, sir? Where exactly is this all going now?
Yeah. So with the proliferation of media outlets and the proliferation of technologies that are capable of creating fake news, uh, the relevance of traditional media, that is, media where editorial validation happens as a process, as a necessary accompaniment to reporting news, is growing rapidly because there is such a large variety of opinion and reportage on the internet. People find it difficult to understand what is the correct news and what is fake news, and
Yeah,
therefore
yeah,
the reliance on editorial validation and of trusted media brands and even sometimes trusted journalists, that actually goes up. Uh, on on the 1st of January,
mhm,
an important British media outlet carried a message from the Queen, which was completely fake. Now, this is what
mhm.
is called a deep fake. You can
Right,
take any video clipping of a personality, well-known public figure, and manipulate that video to make that person say, in that person's own voice, things that that person has never said. Right? This is called a
right,
deep
right,
fake.
right. Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
uh, in this case, they announced that this is a deep fake, and so people knew that what the Queen was purportedly saying was not said by her. But suppose you drop this kind of a caution and put in a completely fake video and a fake message, you can mislead people altogether, right? So,
Right.
uh, many years ago, I had written an article saying, fill social media with lies, because I could see that social media already contained plenty of propaganda stuff, people trying to propagate one-sided news, distorting the comments of other people. They were actually a medium for obfuscation and misleading people. And the only way you could guard against that was by making people lose their faith in the social media they see. They should be trained to look for and uh, get their source information from trusted sources. And for that, you could do that only if you actually fill social media with transparently recognizable lies and falsehood, so that people know that you can no longer trust what is appearing on social media, and you must go to those sources among traditional media or social media which have a process of editorial validation and whom you could trust. Anyway, so I think that process is now happening. Now people don't, uh, well, a lot of people no longer implicitly trust what they read online, whether it is Twitter
Yes,
or
yes.
WhatsApp,
And I
whatever.
think that's a good thing happening now. They've realized it.
Yeah, that's a great thing. That's a great thing. But this increases the value of editorial validation and of the traditional media houses and their processes.